So, with the success of the mid gen upgrades from both Sony and Microsoft, the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One X, stuff has really been getting very, very interesting as we get through the rest of this console generation heading into the next generation from both Sony and Microsoft, which are going to be coming out this fall of 2020. Let's get this video started and let's discuss about this. So, this leak about Sony possibly launching two PlayStation 5 models at launch has actually just started banking right back up. Now there is a new rumor and a new different leak coming from a different insider that Sony is still have plans to launch two PlayStation 5 models at launch, launching a base model of the PlayStation 5 and a pro model of the PlayStation 5, which it kind of makes a lot of sense with all the results and the rumors that everybody has been getting confused about with the PlayStation 5, with the specs and such, with one rumor saying that the PS5 is going to be 9.2 teraflops of computing power, which, if you compare that with Sony's top of the line console, which is the PS4 Pro, locked around 4.2 teraflops, that still is a big jump. But then you also got other leaks and rumors pointing out that the PlayStation 5 is going to have 12.6 teraflops that we just had at the end of the last month, in the month of February. And then beginning of January, you had another leak saying that the PS5 is going to be 13.3 teraflops, and that rumor just basically came back around again of saying that it's going to be most likely 13.3 teraflops. And Microsoft they still haven't not came out and said anything about their lower end next gen console, but we pretty much already know at this point that it's basically confirmed and that it's basically going to happen. Microsoft's going to most likely have a Lockhart, and the rumor that it's supposed to be is that it's supposed to be a native 1440p game console at 60 frames per second at around 4 teraflops of power, which, if you on it little bit sounds a little bit awkward if you really think about it, because if the PlayStation 5 base model is going to literally be 9.2 teraflops at the lowest, we don't 100% know straight off the bat right now, because Sony hasn't even came out or said anything about the PlayStation 5. They may still not even do a two different models at launch, but the way it sounds like is it's probably most likely going to happen. But who knows? We just gotta wait until we hear about the news of the two consoles, or of the console itself, is what I mean to say. But especially with 4 teraflops, I honestly just, that does not sound right, because if you really think about it, Microsoft's most powerful console right now, and that is the Xbox One X, it is 6 teraflops of computing power. Now, they have confirmed that you will still get a next gen experience, but then it still just sounds pretty awkward, because you would think that even the lower end console, you would think that it'd be either more powerful than the current most powerful console on the market, or at least basically even. Now, there's been rumors saying that it's basically just like a PS4 Pro, but if you really think about it, with 4 teraflops, the PS4 Pro is still a tiny edge bit more powerful than what the Lockhart's going to be. And mainly is because the zero point 0.2 extra teraflops of the PS4 Pro, because the Lockhart is rumored to just be 4 teraflops when you have something like the PS4 Pro being 4.2 teraflops. But this could possibly really explain why that everybody has been getting different and different results of rumors and leaks and speculations of the PS5 specs, with one saying that the PS5 is going to be 9.2 teraflops and then a 12.6 teraflops and then a 13.3 teraflops. Now, I honestly think that whatever that Sony is going to do, they're most likely going to make the most powerful console as they possibly can. Because if you really think about it, the last 2 generations, Sony was in the lead with the power. The PlayStation 3, a lot of games didn't really run all that great, but when the graphical side of things, the graphics on a lot of games on the PS3 looked way better than on the 360, even though they were roughly about even and you could barely tell a difference. But if you was to get like very close to the TV, you would see just a little bit of kind of extra detail the PS3 had because of its power. And now it's basically the same thing with the PS4 and the Xbox One, where you got games running on the standard PS4 at native 1080p with more detail on the graphics, and then you have the Xbox One with games like Call of Duty Ghost and Battlefield 4, which only run at 720p on the Xbox One, but that are like less detail than them running on the base PS4. So the only consoles that Microsoft is in the lead with is the mid-gen refreshes of the current gen with the One X, and then over the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox, with the original Xbox being more powerful console. Those are the 2 consoles that Microsoft is in the lead with of power. But with the standard PS4 and the standard PS3 of 7th gen, the PlayStation is the more powerful consoles between the 2. And speaking of the PS2 that we just mentioned, the PS2 has actually just turned 20 years old today. So, yeah. So, happy birthday to Sony's most successful console of all time, the PS2. But it literally makes a lot of sense with all of the different rumors and speculations of the specs of the PS5 with getting different results. It could point out that Sony is leaning up to launching 2 models of the PlayStation 5 at launch. They could be launching a base model, which probably will run at 9.2 teraflops, but still, even if you still want to upgrade, I mean, that still is a big jump in performance and graphics and all that when you compare it from the PS4 Pro at 4.2 teraflops. That's basically double, if not more, of the PS4 Pro's power. So you're basically getting 5 extra teraflops over the PS4 Pro. But then if it's true that there will be a PS5 Pro model and it ends up coming out to being around where Microsoft is with a 12 teraflop leap, or maybe the 13.3 that it's rumored, that's going to be one hell of a jump. Even especially if you want to upgrade to that, even over the current most powerful console on the market, the Xbox One X. That is still going to be a huge gap of a jump in leap in graphics and performance. But we'll just have to wait and see. But I figured I'd discuss this about the rumor of now being that the PS5, Sony may still have plans of launching 2 different models of the PS5, which honestly, it makes a lot of sense for companies to do that because they don't want the consumers to feel like that they're getting charged a lot, like especially for the core people that don't play that many games. It's going to help them out still sell consoles to still get a next gen experience. But then with hardcore gamers such as myself that are most likely still going to get, most likely the more powerful advanced versions of the next gen systems, it's really to be friendly, and it's being friendly consumer and it's helping out so they can still continue selling consoles and making money. And honestly, I have to give Microsoft and Sony really, really credit and tell them, this is the smart thing to do, because if the PS4 Pro and the One X wasn't successful and they didn't thought of that, this probably wouldn't have happened, and then you would probably get the most likely it would just be the more powerful console, and it'd probably be around 600 $700 or whatever, where for it people don't want to spend that type of money on. But yeah, so this rumor that literally was back then a few months ago of two launch model PS5s, well, now it's actually back, and now, as I said, it's back. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys could, please smack a like if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below of your thoughts if you think that Sony does have plans to launch two different PS5 models, or if you think Sony's still going to do one PS5 model and do maybe like a PS5 Pro in sometime around 2023. So just send me down in the comment section down below of your thoughts on this video, and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and I will keep you guys posted with more gaming content in the future and all that good stuff. So rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next video. So catch y'all later.